Hello YouTube, this is Shirley426, and today we have the review of the Gundam base exclusive, the HG Draken E. So once again, this released this year. I'm not exactly sure when this released, because once again, because of the Gunpla shortage in Korea, and after that, like, going to Gundam base has become a very difficult task, because there's always a long line, and I really don't want to be stuck in line for 3 hours. So I kind of stopped going to Gundam base for a while until like the situation kind of goes down. So yeah, I guess my assumption that this released maybe 1 or 2 months or 3 to 4 months ago, and I just wasn't really aware of it. And I was finally able to get one online. So let's see what we got. So the Draken E, you might be wondering what the heck is this? So the best way I can answer this is if you ever bought the HGUC GM Sniper II, which I have reviewed as well, you might have remembered like there's a small extra mech that comes with the kit. And this is that, the Draken E. Now, I can't really go into detail too much because I'm not too knowledgeable on this specific unit, but once again, I believe it was also seen in the War in the Pocket series as well. This is supposed to be used by a force called the RIAH force. These guys are basically like part of the government, and these guys are in charge like in the small, riot control, like in the police type duties as far as I understood it. But yeah, so this is what they use as well. Sorry about that. Now, I'm pretty sure I'm going to get a lot of questions about regarding scale, and I'm not going to answer them because number one, even on the box, there is no number regarding scale. You don't see like 1 to what, 1 to 144, 1 to 72, whatever. Nothing is mentioned on the box here, so I'm not going to go over scale as well. Now, based on the wiki, this is supposed to be like a 1/3 of a typical mobile suit, but once again, I believe what we've seen in the show, and then what we got from the HGUC GM Sniper II, I have some doubts regarding that, on which is the exact scale regarding this as well. Alright, let's get off the stand, and let's see what we got. And sorry for my runny nose, like, the sudden weather changes in Korea has been really weird to the point where my body is having a hard time, like, catching up, so yeah. Alright, so first of all, let's go over components. So first of all, what you get, of course, obviously, is the Draken E itself, definitely looking a little bit chunky and small, but once again, it's very simple, yet it has a lot of interesting details going on, which I was never aware of, which I'll get into soon. And then here are the other stuff that you're supposed to be getting. So, we have your typical, well, not typical, but regular looking arms that has the hands, and then we have these. You can replace these hands with these construction type, hands as well. So, if you look at the manual, they actually refer, if you go with this, these are the ones that are used by the Principality of Zeon. So these are the Zeon forces used. So as far as I know, the RIAH forces work both for the Federation and also for Zeon, which makes it very complicated. So, which is why I'm not going into detail. But you do get two options. Options. Well, they refer to the regular arms as the RIAH force ones, and then these construction ones to be Zeon forces. So yeah, kind of interesting detail there. So these arms are pretty interesting. Of course, these wires / cables are slightly annoying to attach, which I'll get into later. But these also have pretty decent articulation as well. You can actually move up these parts as well, move up and down, and then this also can extend, move up and down as well, and it has a little bit more articulation regarding that. And here, these parts are stickers. So obviously 1, 2, so 2 for each arm. So there's 4 stickers of that, and then we also do get some other option parts. So you can see these headlights going on here. Depending on what you go for, it also determines whether it's a RIAH force or it's a Zeon forces. Now, at this moment, it's kind of, mine is like a mixture of stuff. So if you go with these headlights, you have 2 of these headlights. These are for Zeon, and then there's also this one that is here. So you have to attach one headlight that it looks like this, and then cover up the other side with this part. Now this part was very loose on mine, which is why I kind of forced myself to use this one as well. So yeah, and then also I believe if you go for the other force, you have to use this. So obviously, depending on how you attach this, you can have one headlight on the shoulders or not at all. So yeah, you only get the option for the right arm. There's nothing for the left arm, by the way. So yeah. So as you can see here, we have the stickers here. Obviously, this being the same type of headlight, you also get the stickers for that, which I will get into now. So here we have the sticker sheet. So obviously here were the construction arms, and here are those headlights. So these headlights, despite how they look on sticker, they're supposed to be looking like one of those headlights that has the X sticker on it. So as far as I know, the reason why they put tape as an X on the headlights is to prevent when the headlights get cracked or damaged, the fragments don't actually fly off. So that's what I know regarding these as well. Other than that, here we have these white stickers which are supposed to go onto the backpack. So you can see these white lines here. These are supposed to be those stickers. So I decided to color them with a Gundam marker as well. So turned out okay, but I still need to do a few more extra coatings to make sure that I don't see any smudgers. Okay. And then here we finally have the RIAH Forces sticker decal. This is supposed to go on here as far as I know on the front plate. But yeah. Alright, so before we go into articulation, here is a quick size comparison with a typical 1:144 scale HG kit here. So obviously, from, if I remember correctly, like the small figurine that we got from HGUC GM Sniper II was way smaller, so I think it was like about this high, so maybe around the height of a leg here. But now it's, you know, it's, I would say it doubled as well. So some people, so I think this is a pretty good size. I mean, obviously there's going to be people who would like it to be more bigger, but oh well. And to be honest, this design I'm not really sure, like, this doesn't really fit in the Gundam universe. And personally, I would think this would fit more in the Pat Labor universe or the whatchamacallit, the Machine Krieger universe kind of thing. But that's just me. Alright, let's go over some articulation details, shall we? Alright, so here we have the main body, which I assume works as the head. So number one, you can actually open this section up right away. So you can open it up and it reveals a pilot seat. Now this section does not open up, so there's no way exactly to put a pilot figurine. And I think this seat belt, not exactly seat belt, but this safety bar thing seems to be a little bit too close to the chair. Like, that would actually choke someone if you're depending on the person's like body type. But other than that, they have a lot of good detail on the inside here as well. All these panels and then all the details. So well done. And then obviously we have this small hole that I assume that the pilot actually uses to see. So yeah. Alright, so looking at the back section here, so we have all these cables and pipes going on here. So the pipes are actually on ball joint, no, excluding this one. This one is also on ball joints, double ball joint. These ones are also on ball joints for some reason, so yeah. There's nothing that moves on the actual backpack here. Now, these are just moving because they're on ball joints, but I assume they're not supposed to be moving too crazily. And then the body on top is actually connected very simple as a single round peg. So in theory, a 360 twist on the entire top body is possible, but you're going to need to pull out a little bit just to avoid these side skirts. Now the arms here. So the arms are connected in a very interesting way. So there's this middle pipe section here that it has a double ball joint. So one on here and on the other side as well. So you do have a little bit of forward and backward movement. Going 360 is possible, but you can see, as you can see, it's the arm that's moving, not this joint moving at all. So because of the shape of this joint, this piece, it cannot really rotate together. It's gonna stop at some point. So which is why the other side of the ball joint will get the other things done. And for the arms, are a very simple structure here. Oh, and here is one of the issues. Yeah, so this is the headlight. The way how they connect here is they have these square pegs, and they just need to slide it in. So yeah, so the arms, they cannot move side to the outer side here. So don't force it, because this is just a single peg on the inside here. So rotation on the arm is possible, 360, and then you do get an okay bend. Oops, let's take that out. So you do get a bend about 90 degrees going on here, going straight, and then not too much to the back. And that is pretty much it. And then the hands, the only hands you get are these three finger type hands, and yeah, they're on the ball joint, so nothing too special there. And let me just actually see if I can do this. So there's this part or gimmick here that's on the arm, and I have zero idea what this is. It's not really mentioned. I mean, they show you that the arm can do this on the manual, but they don't really explain what this is. So yeah, they can do this. Same goes on to the other arm. So like, what is this supposed to be? Is this supposed to be like a pickaxe or something? Or is there supposed to be something stored in here? I have zero clue. So anybody who's more knowledgeable on this, do let me know. So let me put that back in. Come on, go back in. Alright, now looking at the legs. Oh yeah, before that, and then also these parts, also because of the double ball joints, they also kind of wiggle around. But yeah, I wouldn't consider these to be articulation. Alright, and then now we have the legs here. Now the legs also have a similar type of ball joint here as the arm. So there's a single piece and it has both two ball joints as well. So the side skirts are also connected to ball joints, but they're actually pretty well connected here. So they do flap a bit up and down a little bit, but if you go a certain angle upwards, it is going to pop out. So yeah. Now for the legs, now because of the way how it's structured, though, going to the side is not much of an option. You don't have much space to go onto the side. Going front is possible, but less than 90 degrees because of the design. And then backwards, also pretty much the same situation here. So, and despite how the leg looks, you do get a actual bend here. Come on, let's bend. Yeah. Actually, this might be easier to show. So yeah, here this is the straight up leg, and then you do get a bend here. Although because of the way how it looks, it's very awkward to see how much it bends actually. And then on the feet here, you do get feet, but you only attach this front part here, which is actually connected to a ball joint here. So everything else is like pistons or pipes or like these type of designs. So yeah, so getting the feet straight flat on the ground does get a little bit challenging time to time because of the way how this is designed. Because you can see this is straight flat, but as you can see, even the joint is straight up. So obviously, if you want to have like typical tilt joint, you have to lift up the back a little bit, and then do something like this. But once again, because if you do this, now getting the more stable stance might get a little bit trickier. So yeah. So I did have a little bit, small issues, trying to get this stand straight on a stable position here. But if you do it wrong, as you can see, it might actually go back, flopping back a little bit. So do be careful. All right, so we basically seen all the details here. So I think there's only one thing left to show, and that is the construction arms. So I'll be right back and just mention about what the annoying part is regarding these arms. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So here we have the construction arms going on here. Now, before we go on, so apparently I actually checked the side of the box, and they mentioned this as a side arm. Oh, not side arm, but sub arm. Sorry about that. They mentioned this as a sub arm. Now, I personally do not think, still don't know how this works as a sub arm, but yeah, do let me know if you have any idea how that works. All right, so here we have the construction worker arms going on. So the process of swapping the arm is pretty simple. So, well, you obviously pull the arm out and then attach here. The annoying part is that they have these cables. Now the one that goes onto the arm itself is no big deal. Now the other one has to go through here. There is actually a small port here to connect the other side of the cable, and that could get a little bit annoying. And for some reason, the cables are also on the inside. So yeah. All right, so here we have the arms going on here. So the articulation is pretty standard, so you can go up that much and then down that much as well. So that's possible. And then because of the way how it's connected, obviously side to side movement, rotation is supposed to be possible, but because of those cables now, moving 360 is no longer an option. All right, so the way how these works, as I mentioned before, like a forklift, you can also move these up and down as well. Of course, they're a little bit stiff, but that's just the way how it's built. And then you can also extend like this. You can extend this and then go down and up. But it doesn't end there. You can also, now down, this only applies to upwards, okay? So this is as far as you can go down. But if you go upwards, you can do this. Because you can see there is actually a more place you can go. So you can, it's on a rail system, so you can move it like that. Now, I'm not really sure how often that you'll be using the arms like this, but yeah, it is possible. Let me just get back in position. So yeah, if you actually want to repaint this as like a construction worker type, you can do that, because I would also like to mention on the box, it shows a white, there we go. It mentions a white version, which is supposed to be the principally of Zeon version, with the arms with the yellow parts here. So yeah, if you want to recolor that, yeah, I guess that is an option. And finally, this is just me. Now, at first I thought this was also like some sort of a headlight, but apparently on the box, you can see all the headlights are on. But this is apparently not a light. So my guess is this is maybe the only weapon this has, maybe a missile launcher or maybe like some sort of a smoke bomb, who knows, but just wanted to mention that as well. So here, that is pretty much it for the review for the Gundam base exclusive HG Draken E. So if you ever bought the HGUC GM Sniper II, and if you really wanted to have a proper kit version of that, this is your dream come true. So do try to get it as well. Now, it's not really cheap. I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't cheap getting this. Even on its regular price, it may sound a little bit more expensive than you think. So yeah. But it is a very unique and fun kit to build. Even though how simple and small it is, it still has a lot of detail and a lot of interesting aspects you can actually see from the instruction manual and overall its design here. So yeah, if you're a big fan, do go for it. Anyway, that's pretty much it for the review. If you guys got any questions or requests, you can comment below. Once again, I apologize for my health conditions, but hopefully by next week it'll be much better. If you guys got any questions or requests, you can comment below. I still have more stuff to buy and build and make reviews out, so please stay tuned. Until then, see you guys next time.